for all the gooners out there, we had a gooner on this podcast. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. We don't know why. It's probably the expectations of being a gooner has let him down, and the World Cup has kind of produced way more that a gooner can really take in. With that thought, it's the bench warmers warming their benches, waiting for all you wonderful people out there to witness another chaotic discussion of one of the world's biggest tragedies yet to come in the form of a round of 16 exit. It's Germany versus, any guesses?
Do we know who yet?
Germany.
Sweden or... Oh, jeez.
It's Germany versus Germany. Miss Controversy,
I hate that that's my name.
how you doing?
First off, it used to be Mrs., which I also didn't like. That's so clear. Have I either got divorced?
New day,
Was there
new
a
you.
prenup?
What?
Was there a prenup?
No. It's new day, new you. It's new day, new us. Same way, it's new day, new name.
Thank you so much. I'm so
So-
flattered.
I'm guessing you kind of heard what happened between Germany and Ecuador.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think start Undav. That's what I think.
That's what he thinks. What do you think?
I think it was a more of a success on Ecuador's part. They wanted to win. The way they played, they were pressing so hard. They wanted to win. They wanted to score goals. They wanted to, get into the knockout stages. And I think Germany slightly took them lightly. And I agree with Chaco. Start Undav.
Unfortunately, being the host of this epic podcast, unfortunately, I just can't, weigh in a lot of my opinions. So I transfer my responsibilities today to another fellow German.
Wait, hold on. You have still put in your opinions all over the board. What are we talking? Also, why are you speaking into your phone?
I don't know, I just like it.
Okay, just so we're clear, you're going to put in a lot of your opinions. Why would you not? This is like...
Of course I'm going to put in my opinion.
In the...
Opinions, yeah.
No, we would like to know about your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Your
going to be
take on the match, then we'll
it's
talk
going to be a
about
lot of bashing.
Yeah.
So,
Let's move on.
thank you. I mean, since you want to know my opinion,
Dr. Sack, what do you think about it?
I got burned, boys. I got burned. But before we get to meet, let's see what Mr. Controversy has to say something about Germany.
I heard about the divorce. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, talking about Germany.
Hey, how much did he pay you?
As a feminist, I gave money that way.
Oh, damn. How much did he pay you?
Let's not get a controversy.
How much did he pay you?
Not gonna tell you.
Oh, that means he's made a lot of money.
Yeah, so folks, getting back into Germany. As much as it pains me to say, it was an uninspiring, pathetic, careless performance from Germany.
Come on, you can do better. Let's go.
No, I don't want to bash them.
Let's do that again.
Because at least we have qualified.
Take two.
Yeah. It was a total dog shit of a performance from Germany.
There we go. There we go.
Next one.
Just burst into tears.
I don't want to bash them too much. What a dog shit performance.
Let's go.
Why
Let's
does
go.
the team just die?
You get your chance.
Yeah, but as Chiku said, I was actually more happy for Ecuador than being sad for Germany. Because at least we have qualified as the group toppers and we are going to get groped in round of 16 by France.
Did he say just groped? So,
You know why we got a divorce now.
Yeah.
who did he cheat on you with?
It was Chiku.
Oh, damn. I don't think he knew. Because his expression says he didn't know.
Yeah. So talking about the match, I mean, the Germans, they fairly started well with goals, with the goal coming from the unexpected Sane, who was...
I know, right?
Yeah.
When I saw what just happened there, for a second, I'm like, oh, damn, Sane forgot who he was. Yeah. And then 5 minutes later, he was his usual self, missing one-on-ones, fake dribbles.
I mean, that's what we thought. Like, Sane getting his goal would take his confidence right in the track. But
No, I think for
it
Sane...
was the Sane from the first two games.
No,
That's
I mean,
basically-
Sane, to get his confidence back, I think he needs to miss a few open goals. He needs to miss a few one-on-ones with the goalkeeper. He needs to
We
miss
can't
a
take
few.
a chance in this World Cup.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an
I
open
don't
goals.
think Nagelsmann has it in him to
Yeah.
start Jamie Luling. I mean, he could have done that in the first game against Curaçao. He could have done that against Ivory Coast. I feel it would have been better for Sane and people's perception of Sane had he been an impact sub like Undav. And from what I've seen, Havertz can just not do it as a lone striker. And I don't blame him. It's just not going to work out that way. Either we switch to a 4-4-2 with Undav and Havertz, but then again, Undav's been a bright spot for Germany with the way he's been coming on. He's been an impact sub, and what an impact sub he has been.
Yeah.
But then we saw against Ecuador that he didn't really have that big of an impact. And that's again because of our midfield.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm a huge Bayern Munich fan, and I'd bring up Bayern Munich every other day. Like,
Talking about Kimmich, I know
Yeah.
what you're getting into.
so the thing is,
No. Now, can we guess? This is going to be back in 1873.
No.
When Bayern Munich started a young Philip.
no,
Lahm.
we weren't.
When Kimmich great
Unfortunately, we weren't live at 1873. We started in 1901 or 1903, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, great.
But I want to talk about Pavlovic. I mean, a lot was expected of him with the kind of season he had with Bayern. But then his midfield performances have been shambolic. I mean, a lot of missed passes, a lot of sideways passing. He's not just been as active and as robust as he was in that Bayern Munich midfield. And I'm not sure if that's because of Nemecha being his partner or him not having Kimmich as a midfield partner. But then that's still no excuse because you're playing for one of the best clubs in the world and then you're representing one of the biggest nations in world football. You have to do better. There's no other way around it.
So do you think that bringing on a calm, composed head with good passing like a Stiller would help the Germans
But
midfield?
that didn't help as well.
Yeah.
That,
But he just got 20 minutes to exert
yeah,
himself.
see, I believe when a player of these guys' caliber, right, when they come on the pitch, there shouldn't be any time for adaptation. They have to get going from minute one. They have to show why they've been called up because there'll probably be another 25 other players who missed their chances and they overtook them. So what does that mean? They're the best 25 or 26 players in Germany. This lot haven't shown me that. What do you think? Do you agree with me?
I think you guys are being very harsh, if I may.
So he thinks we're going to get knocked out by Paraguay there.
Hold on. Okay. So again, to bring it back to the theme that I feel like I keep saying, these people are human beings, right? Like you have a certain idea of how you want to play, and everything starts from the very bottom. I think if it was Kai Havertz that got injured as opposed to Schlotterbeck, we would have been having a different conversation. But the guy who got taken out is the funnel through a lot of how the play at the back went. This really matters. When we're talking about a team that has to figure things out on the fly, I think Nagelsmann has done a good job. Okay, just context. First team, who did they play? Germany when they got to
Curaçao.
How did they play against them? 7-1, right? Second team, who did they play?
Ivory Coast.
They grinded out a 2-0, right? So we're talking about
2-1.
2-1, excuse me.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the game that they like blasted people off and doing the things that champions have to do, which is to just manage to get over the finish line. I think context matters. Look at the last 2 consecutive World Cups. Germany hasn't made it out of the group stage. We're talking about, if we say that a 10-year-old in Germany doesn't really have the bandwidth to figure out how important a World Cup is, that means they're 22-year-olds who this is their first real time seeing Germany get out of the group stages of the World Cup. So I understand where the love is. I understand where the passion of is. I understand that you guys know what this team is capable of, but know that previous German teams were also capable of much more. And this is their first time managing this much, despite having, I think, one of their most important players getting taken out. Right?
Yeah, so this is what I meant initially. Like, this match doesn't mean much to me.
I mean,
Because-
see, you say that, like, and I want to go back to 2014. 2014, we won our first match against Portugal, 4-0. It was a Muller hat trick. Then we drew against Ghana. It was a 2-2, and then we beat US.
I think we had one of the roughest rides in that World Cup.
And then we almost got knocked out against Algeria.
Yeah.
But then that team showed something later German teams haven't showed. That is, just give it everything throughout. I mean, they're not going to go down with a fight. My question is, when I'm seeing the current generation play, right? Like, yeah, I've seen them play for their clubs, but then when they play with the German national team shirt on, I'm not seeing that tenacity. I'm not seeing that, oh, I want that ball back. Like players like Kimmich, Pavlovic, and Jonathan Tah, when they play for Bayern, if they lose the ball, especially Pavlo, when he loses the ball, he's the first person to run and get that ball back. I mean, the only thing I'm not against Sane this time is if he loses the ball, he's the first one to run back. But then he's not just bought in for tracking back and defending. He's bought in to play and score goals, create. None of that is there. So I want to ask, could this be a coaching problem? After you, Chiku, do you think Nagelsmann, did he get it wrong by pushing Kimmich to being a right back? Because I haven't seen much of defensive masterclass from him.
Yeah, I think Kimmich should play in the center. Right?
So who moves?
That's true.
I think Pavlovic is just fun.
Yeah.
But then again, are you saying it's again like Portugal? You have Vitinha and Neves who balled for them. They've gotten 2 Champions Leagues. Same way, last season Bayern dominated most opponents with that midfield pairing of Pavlo and Kimmich. So are you saying you want to break that, or? But Nemecha has done enough to warrant being there. Like he's been the sole bright spot for me, really.
I think as Taco said, Schlotterbeck being injured has put a strain on the team because him at the back would have been a much stable Germany than, having more options to move Kimmich forward.
But then he was there against Curaçao. Do you think it was that stable?
It was fine. I think Kimmich had the opportunity to go up against Curaçao too. He had an assist too against Curaçao. He had 2 assists.
Yeah, 2 assists.
Yeah, so Schlotterbeck being there, I think, gives him confidence to move up more, even if he's playing at the back. And without
But
him,
the thing is, who's playing next to him? It's not Schlotterbeck. It's Tah. So if anyone's covering him,
I'm not really sure what could be done for Germany. The Ecuador loss, I think, shows more character from Ecuador's side.
yeah,
Then-
that's true.
Because they were in to win, and what you said is right. Germany didn't show that character against Ecuador. Like the 7-1 against Curaçao, right? As Taco said, Germany is a team that's going in for the king. They always, even if they're 4-0 up, they want to score again. And again, for Ecuador, it was a must-win match, and they performed like they wanted to win. And the German team, like Chapo said, wouldn't let them win. Even if they are qualified, Germany wants a pure German team would want to win all 3 games.
So what I'm saying is kind of right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I think you have made the point that the mentality of this German team is not on par with the 2014 German team. And it's what I think is basically we have a lot of young players in the German squad, no, compared to the.
I want to stop
2014.
you there because we had a lot of young players at the 2010 World Cup.
Okay.
Most of them were in their 20s, except for Lahm. Yeah, they were all in their 20s. Lahm, Schweini, Podolski, Klose. But the chunk of the team had Muller, Ozil, Khedira. They were all kids. Hummels, Boateng.
Yeah,
and
but-
look what they did.
Yeah, but we
Compared
still
to-
didn't get knocked out though. There are matches to go, so
But
we don't know
the
how far
difference,
this
the
German team
difference
will go.
is we always expected them
Yeah.
to go forward.
Exactly.
But me and you both, we never predicted them in going forward. And apparently, I'm not sure if this is true. The DFB themselves says around a quarter exit is the best possible thing. And I feel that's the most disgusting thing you can ever expect from a German national team.
Yeah.
You expect them to be in the latter stages. That's what the 4 stars on their logo even means. I mean, 4 World Cups is not to just go out in the knockouts or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it the Nagelsmann is a young coach compared to all the other his stalwarts who are pretty much experienced. I mean, Nagelsmann is experienced as well, and he's got a good CV. That's why he's managing one of the top nations. But at times, what he's tactically flexible as well. But at times, the problem with Nagelsmann is he's too much stubborn. Like he's not ready to take out his methods by the means of what others are trying to say. He always wants to. I mean, he always like to play that high position, always on that opposite half and integrate passing and then just shooting. But this did not work out against Ecuador because first of all, it was an uninspired performance by Germany. They didn't care much about this match. And next, as Chiku has told, this match meant more to Ecuador because as we know, Ecuador, many predicted them to be the dark horses because of their midfield and their defense. But their attack was not that too strong, and to come out to qualify from this group along with Ivory Coast and Germany and to beat the table leader shows a lot about them, and especially that their manager who is like a dramatic dude on the touchlines. He looks like one of those French.
One of our resident podcast members called him an older version of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like one of those French nationals who has gone for camping with the Ecuador natives and somehow he has managed Ecuador. But that's all. That's the ending of that match showed what really football is all about. Like beating one of the top teams and advancing to the round of 32. And he's just straight up running to his girl and the stands and giving her a kiss. That's all football is about.
Girls. Chaco, what I want to say is, like after the game, Kimmich and Undav both said that it just felt like, they wanted it more than us. Nagelsmann countered by saying that's bullshit. Do you think maybe he's lost the dressing room?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Maybe, but also
Or is it just like a reaction? See, we all know Kimmich's a born winner. I mean, from even in his training sessions, everyone says like the quality they like the most is he wants to win everything. Even if it's just a stupid, meaningless training game, he wants to win. And if he's not won it, he's extremely mopey, which is good, which I think is really good. But then when your coach says no, it makes no sense that if you say that, we didn't want it as much. Don't you think it's like a bad take on the whole team?
I think at this point we should consider psychology for a moment. There is a thing of, I think it's actually quite healthy because Kimmich is doing the captain's thing of like blaming himself. It's like they wanted it more. We had a tough game. Nagelsmann is doing the good coach thing of being like, no, the players were good, right? It's not that they wanted it more. It's just something else happened, right? So if anything, I think it's a more beautiful story of each person trying to be like, I'm going to take the blame, as opposed to, I think a lot of other coaches or a lot of other players would be like, it's them. They failed me. These are a bunch of people that are taking on the expectations on their own shoulders. I think Kimmich is burdened by the responsibility of being Germany and Bayern's right back because everyone looks at him and sees
No, he's not Bayern's right back.
the CDMs. But even, okay, fine, CDM as well. Everyone looks at him and sees Philipp Lahm, right?
That's true.
When in reality, Kimmich is more of a Michael Ballack than he is a Philipp Lahm. Right? We're talking about somebody who is more emotional. You're talking about somebody who does have a whole lot of more fire in their belly, head in the freezer type thing.
It's passionate as well.
Which is what, if I remember Michael Ballack, I don't remember him keeping quiet. He was yelling. He had his hair for, and
He has no agent. He has absolutely no agent. He's one of the only players who personally discusses with the sporting board about contract extensions and everything.
talking about Kimmich.
Yeah. He wants the game he wants to make all the decisions. So because he says an agent is not going to know what's best for him.
To come back to the game real quick, if you don't mind me pushing back on the previous point,
No.
I am older than all of you, and so I remember 2014 pretty well. I was 22 years old in 2014, and I remember Germany, and I wasn't convinced of Germany in 2014. I remember them drawing to Ghana. I remember them really struggling against Algeria.
3-2. Extra time.
I think when everyone wants to talk about the story of 2014, they talk about 7-1 being Brazil. And that colors over a lot.
Not just that. You missed out a match.
I mean, we had a
The
good game
quarterfinal against France.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it was just 1-0.
But
we played
not
far
only
better.
that, you're
Yeah.
missing another point. The entire German team was struck by flu, and they played with the flu. Mats Hummels played with the flu, and we're talking about a France team who had Benzema, Pogba, Griezmann, Lloris. I mean, yeah, they were starting their way back, but there were still no pushovers, I feel.
Kind of like what Chico's going through now with us.
Kind of,
So
yeah.
I think we deserve to give him a lot of respect. Chico, thank you for being here, despite everything.
No, I don't know why that came up suddenly.
Just so to come back to the point, I think maybe you guys disagree with me. I don't think even Germans were that confident with the 2014 when they were going through the group stage.
See, I'm not saying that they were confident, but up until the 2016 or before the 2018 World Cup, even at the 2018 World Cup also, nobody in Germany would expect the German team to get knocked out before the semi-finals. Semi-final is the minimum requirement. And if you look at it post then, fans have started they've lost that fire. They're not as excited as how they were
I
before.
think not just that, there were a lot of players who played for Germany in 2014. They actually stepped down, like Schweinsteiger.
No, Schweini played till 2016. It was only Lahm and Mertesacker.
2018 he wasn't there.
Yeah, because he retired in 2016.
Yeah, that's what. There are a lot of players who stepped down, experienced players, and there were a lot of new players
2014, yeah.
after 2014. A lot of new players who came up.
No, but again, I'm not buying that gimmick because 2018 World Cup, like how he spoke about Norway, we cruised past the qualifying. We had the highest points tally, we had the most goals scored, we had the least goals conceded. So that's just a lame excuse, I feel.
Which tells you this doesn't matter.
This is the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we end, what do you think? Are we being overreactive?
100%.
So where do you see?
100%. I think this is, I think right now, what we have seen consistently is not a team that sails through making it into the final and then lifting that trophy. Consistently, it seems like the teams that sail through finally meet an opponent that can stand up to them, to borrow another phrase from you, toe to toe, and then they crumble. It's kind of good that Germany is also like having a tough time and figuring out. They had one blockbuster win, they had one that they eked through, and then they had this camp. Right? And so if anything, you're seeing a team that's running through the gears of figuring out different ways to do it. And at the end of it, they come out still speaking well of each other, right? Managing to do this again. I am worried about the Dennis Undav situation. I think he played for 53 minutes and scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
2 assists.
3 goals and 2 assists.
That's basically a goal involvement every 10 minutes.
Which is absurd, right?
Yeah.
And so I am a little concerned about that situation. I don't understand why he isn't starting more. But I say all this to say, boys, enjoy this. This could come back to bite me in the butt. But right now, I'm looking at a German team that's actually working its way through the gears. I'm more comfortable about them breaking down a Norway or a Sweden or some other team that they may end up battling. They may have a tougher time against a Portugal or a France, but I don't think they're going to be blown apart.
Shaq, before we come to you, Chiku, assuming the best case scenario, before we end, assuming we go through Paraguay, which might be a daunting challenge as it is, round of 16 is against France, provided they also go through, which I think they will. Do you think Germany have a chance? And let's say the stars align and they do beat France. Could they win the cup?
If they beat France, yeah, they'll be one of the favorites too.
No, I don't want to know if they're one of the favorites. I want to know.
If they will be one of the favorites, if they provided they beat France. So looking how they played their last match, right? Just judging by how they played their last match, France would be a daunting wall to climb across. And if they manage that, it will be foolish to write them off, saying that they won't make it to the final. If they overcome the behemoth that is France, it's a great. They have a really fair shot at lifting the cup again, which I don't want them to. Not
Just so we're clear.
yeah. 5 stars is suitable only for one jersey, and let's just keep it that way.
So, Shaq, I mean, we've seen France being the super team for a while now. It just didn't happen like yesterday. This has been going on since the 2016 Euros, where they lost the finals. Then 2 years later, they won the finals against Croatia. And then we saw something that the same team, and they added another potent winner, that was Benzema, being a bit overconfident and got knocked out by Switzerland
The Euros.
in the Euros. Do you think France being so strong, that overconfidence could creep in them? And do you think we can see Germany actually beating them, provided they beat Paraguay?
First of all, I'm not that sure we'll beat Paraguay.
I like where he's going, boys.
Yeah. It's not reverse psychology, but that's
He
what
sees
I'm
me. Nagel's ball, this is for you.
Yeah. So Paraguay is a very defensively structured team. I mean, if we score one, it's difficult for them to score back. Provided if we beat Paraguay, I don't think we are going to stand a chance against the France attack, because like when we are talking about Portugal, the fullbacks, they are far superior to our fullbacks. And I think against France, you need Kimmich to play in the right back, because we need someone who can contain the French attack to some extent. And like the way the France they played even against Norway's B team, like that shows how confident they are that they'll win this World Cup. And they have already won the World Cup in 2018. So that's just they're not under any pressure to win it for the first time or something. So that's just gonna fuel them up. And I think, as sad as it is, I don't think Germany is gonna stand a chance against France. I mean, we might score 1 or 2 goals, but France gonna overrun our midfield and our defense. And I think France is gonna win against Germany if they beat Sweden.
And with that sad ending, I'd like to wrap up tonight's show with bitter disappointment.
I'm so sorry that you couldn't give in your opinions, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys wanted it to hear from me, but unfortunately, it is what it is. I just can't do it. My heart's heavy. And we've heard what these 3 idiots had to say. So with that, hopefully I see these guys in another episode, and I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for more from the Benchwarmers FC. Ciao.